Hi, my name is Beverly Brakeman, and I am the Regional Director for UAW Region 9A. I am here to talk about race norming in the NFL. Many people know that I love football, and I can't wait for the Super Bowl this weekend. Go Bengals. Some people know why I am a New England Packers fan. Very few people, however, know about race norming in the NFL. To tell this story, I take you back to 2013, when the NFL agreed to pay $765 million after being sued by more than 4,500 retired players over concussion-related injuries. Approximately 18,000 former players were eligible for the settlement intended to cover compensation, medical exams, further research, and legal fees for concussion-related diseases. To determine the settlement, former players were required to go through a battery of cognitive function tests. This is where the practice of race norming comes in. The term race norming refers to the practice of using a person's racial classification as a factor in adjusting the results of medical, psychological, neurological, or other similar tests or assessments. Race norming has come under widespread criticism due to evidence that it is often based on inaccurate data or assumptions, and that it leads to overall poorer outcomes, especially health outcomes for Black people and people of color. Because the NFL required cognitive function tests that were adjusted for race norming, former Black players were routinely receiving smaller settlement awards, and in some cases no settlement awards, as compared to former white players. In 2020, two former Black Pittsburgh Steelers players, Kevin Henry and Najee Davenport, filed a lawsuit demonstrating that race norming was interfering with their own and other Black players' abilities to receive equitable compensation and benefits from the settlement. Both players said they would have qualified for awards had they been white and had the cognitive function or dementia exam not relied on an algorithm that presumed they started out with lower cognitive function. In June of 2021, they won, successfully proving that Black players in fact had to show a steeper cognitive decline on the tests than white players to receive a settlement. The lawsuit also revealed that Black retirees who are overrepresented in the number of former players eligible for this settlement had legitimate claims of impaired health from playing football, and that race norming limited their access to fair and equitable settlements. In effect, this lawsuit called out and ultimately forced the NFL to admit to using a race-biased determination for settlements. It was several months, however, before the NFL publicly pledged to discontinue race norming. As a result, today, Black retirees will now have a chance to have their tests rescored, or in some cases seek a new round of cognitive testing. And lastly, while race norming may have gained national attention in this NFL concussion-related injury lawsuit, it is not a new issue. One group that I think deserves attention is White Coats for Black Lives. They're just one group, but I think they're deserving of mention. This is a medical trainee-run organization whose aim is to dismantle racism and accompanying systems of oppression in medicine and medical research, and fight for the health of Black people and other people of color. So I want to thank you for your attention to this issue, and as we do in Region 9A, we hope to broaden everyone's understanding of the many ways in which systemic racism affects us all, and what we can do to change it. Be aware, educate yourself, don't be silent, and most of all, always take action. Thank you.